That's myself.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, please.
Good morning all. My name is Dawa Rayamajhi Sherpa, and before I begin my presentation, I would like to welcome you all to my country Nepal. I am from Nepal itself. And as you can see, a topic is development of Tripe snack and assessment of consumer satisfaction or dissatisfaction by Kano model. And contents are introduction, objective, statement of problem, materials and methods, results, conclusion and recommendation, acknowledgement. Introduction. So when we discuss this topic, we have to discuss three things. It's Kano model first, and the Kano model is a theory of product development and customer satisfaction developed in 1980s by Professor Noriaki Kano, and we know who he is. Which classifies customer preferences in 5 categories as attractive quality, one-dimensional quality, must-be quality, indifferent quality, reverse quality elements. This model was used to measure the consumer satisfaction on 4 different parameters of 2 batches of Tripe snacks. And you can see in the figure. So basically, what we have to understand in this graph is there are so many qualities, and from the one-dimensional quality we can see that a blue line. One-dimensional quality means, suppose if there is something parameter like color, odor, texture or taste. Suppose, let's say in my snack I'm assessing 4 parameters: color, odor, taste and texture. And suppose that color is in physical state, in sufficient state, and it is satisfied. And let's say color is not in physical state or insufficient, then it becomes insignificant. Similarly, a red line denotes attractive quality, a green line below denotes must-be quality, and the reverse quality is purple line. So now let's talk about Tripe. What is Tripe? Tripe is abdominal part of cattle, which is generally considered as byproduct. You can see in the picture there, this type of Tripe, you can see there is flat Tripe, and you can see here is honeycomb Tripe, and you can see here Bible Tripe, or it is also called as leaf Tripe, and it is all abdominal part of cattle, from buffalo also, from cow also you can get it. And Tripe can be used in preparation of different food products, and I have tried to make snacks from it. A Tripe snack is one unique type of spicy, ready-to-eat meat product which is shelf-stable at room temperature. 2 new batches of Tripe snacks was prepared, and consumers' preferences was tested on 4 parameters as color, odor, texture and taste. The only difference in 2 batches was one batch mix will contain Szechuan pepper, which is generally called as timur in our language, but another batch will not contain the Szechuan pepper. So you can see the picture, snack preparation picture. It's from 1, I start from 1, and it is the picture of raw Tripe just procured from market. Second step is the picture is myself, and I'm trying to boil that Tripe and cook. Third step is cutting the Tripe into chunks, and 4th step is frying in mustard oil. And after it is fried, we can taste that Tripe also. 5th stage is heating the spice mixture, and spice mixture contains many spices like cardamom, cinnamon, etc. And 6th step is mixing Tripe and spices. You can see in the picture also. 7th stage is mild heating. After we mix the Tripe and spices, I just heated that mixture so that aroma comes more and more. And 8th stage, the last stage is mixing timur for treated batch. Objectives: to assess the consumer satisfaction or dissatisfaction of newly developed product, Tripe snack with the help of Kano model. Let me remind you this Tripe snack is never been made or never been tried before. Statement of problem. Assessment of non-parametric data like sensory data is always objectionable by other methods. Impact of different sensory parameters on consumers is essential to evaluate. Materials and method. Buffalo Tripe spices was bought from local market. All laboratory works were performed in college food pilot plant. Proximate analysis was performed by procedure prescribed by USC. Microbiological analysis was performed by following standard methods of APHA. Sensory analysis was performed by 9-point hedonic scale method. Parameters as color, flavor, taste, and texture was scaled. The hedonic score, which was obtained, was converted to Kano model. Now, this is the very interesting part of my presentation, I guess. This is a table for conversion of hedonic scale to Kano model. As we know, hedonic scale, we score the product from 1 to 9, and 9 means best, very acceptable. 1 means very bad, unacceptable. So I have tried to fold the hedonic scale in symmetric wise so that it will give equal weightage to answer type of Kano model. You can see 8 to 9 means I like that snack that way. Suppose someone is tasted our snack and he scores 8 to 9, that means he liked that snack that way. Suppose he scores 3 or 4, then that means he's trying to say that I can leave the snack that way. If he scores 1 or 2, that means he disliked the snack. Table of question structure. So basically what we are doing is we have two batches. One batches includes Timur and another batches does not include Timur. So for positive questionnaire, we ask consumer, what is the Timur added on this snack? Do you like it or not? And the score is obtained in the hedonic scale. So that hedonic scale, this hedonic scale is converted to same weightage of answer type of Kano model for positive questionnaire. Similarly, for negative questionnaire, what if the Timur added? What if the Timur is not added on the snack? And how do you like that snack? If the Timur is added, do you like it on the basis of color, texture, taste or texture? And if Timur is not added, how do you like the snack? So we score in the hedonic scale, and that hedonic scale again converted to the Kano answer type. I hope. This is table of Kano evaluation. Dysfunctional negative questions. This like must be neutral, leave with dislike, and similarly functional question, like must be neutral, leave with dislike. Suppose when Timur is added and consumer liked it, and when Timur is also not added, consumer also liked that snack. That means Q, it goes to Q this way and this way, right to top bottom. And Q means questionable quality. That means he doesn't know what is Timur. He hasn't tasted Timur before, or he has no idea what is Timur and how it tastes like. So he's just saying, okay, I like it when Timur is added. Okay, I don't like it when Timur is not added. Similarly, there is another Q in this table also. It means dislike and dislike in both cases. That means he also doesn't know what is Timur and he doesn't know how Timur works or how it tastes. So he simply says, okay, I don't like it anyhow. So similarly, A refers to attractive quality, and it means that for dysfunctional negative question, he says, okay, must be, it will be like that. And for functional positive, when Timur is added, he says, I like it. Then this way we get the value A, or we evaluate is A, and A refers to attractive quality. Now results. Table of results. The functional and dysfunctional question value were combined and evaluated, and the table of result was obtained, as we can see in the table. Sorry. This is product parameter: color, odor, taste, texture. And A refers to attractive, O means one-dimensional, must be. So out of 51 consumer, let me tell you that I have got 51 consumer who tasted my snacks, both snacks, control snack and treated snack. And out of 51, 34 consumers said it must be quality, on for color, and for 31 consumer says for odor it is attractive quality. That means basically what they are trying to say is color is must be quality for Tripe snack and odor is attractive quality for your snack. Similar taste is one-dimensional quality for your snack. When we say taste is one-dimensional quality, it means that if the quality is sufficient enough, like you can see in the x-axis, if the quality is sufficient enough, then customer is satisfied. Similarly, one-dimensional means if the taste is not sufficient enough, if the taste is not sufficient, in negative x-axis we can see insufficient, then the customer is dissatisfied. So it is very simple, I guess. Similarly for texture, it is also one-dimensional quality. That means if texture is in sufficient quality, then the user or consumer is satisfied. Similarly, texture is in not sufficient level, insufficient level, which represented by this line, then consumer is dissatisfied for texture parameter. Now table of customer satisfaction of coefficients. Now I've converted into percentage as described by Professor Kano. 29% is attractive quality, we can see out of 100 percentage. And we have this formula for positive coefficient, and this formula is multiplied by -1, which gives the negative coefficient. So this is very important part of this table or this presentation. And it says that the positive coefficient must reach near to 1, positive 1 plus 1, which means more it reaches to +1 value, like we can see in color, odor, taste and texture, 0.33, 0.73, 0.96, 0.84, which is the maximum value is nearest to 1, that is 0.96 nearest to positive 1, that is parameter taste. From this table we can say that taste is something in my snacks, something in my snack that is very much liked by my customers, very much liked by our consumers. Similarly, from negative coefficient we can see the highest value, which is near to -1, is -0.86, and it goes to texture. That means my consumer did not like my texture of snacks. It is going near to -1, and it is going plus to -1. For positive coefficient, it has to go to near to +1, and for negative coefficient, when it reaches to -1, it means that texture must be improved. They need to be improved texture, otherwise the consumer will not like my snacks. Now this is the approximate result of my Tripe snack. Moisture 43.91%, crude protein is 10.44%, crude fat is 15.20%, crude fiber is 1.26%, total ash is 2.70%, salt is 5.55%, and carbohydrate is 20.91%. This is hypothesis testing of protein content of my Tripe snack. We can do lots of, there is lots of parameters like moisture, protein, fat, and this and that. But why I have done hypothesis for only protein, because in my snack it is a meat byproduct and protein content is very significant, and we have to consider the protein content in my snack. So at 15% level of insignificance, we get a level of significance is 80.53%. That means the protein content of Tripe snack is significant. Similarly, I have done hypothesis testing for fat content of Tripe snack, and at 15% I got a level of insignificance. I got 88.08% significance level. This value, P.289% represents what is the chance, or what is the percentage of fat content being greater than the significance level is 2.98%. Similarly, what will be the chances of getting fat percentage below the average percentage is 9.03%.
Final minute, please.
Sure. Microbiological stability of Tripe snack. We can see in the graph here, safe level of microbiology is log CFP per gram is 6. So for this is the slope for control. This is slope for control, and this is slope for treated. So for 60 days of storage days at normal room temperature, the treated snacks was found to be safe, and for control it wasn't found to be safe. Conclusion and recommendation. Taste of newly developed Tripe snack was identified as parameter for consumer satisfaction. Texture of new developed Tripe snack was identified as parameter for consumer dissatisfaction and must be improved. Kano model can be used for evaluation of non-parametric data of different food products. Kano model is an effective tool that can be used in our BTech food thesis works. I would like to thank to my college, National College of Food Science and Technology, Kathmandu, Nepal, my program head, Dr. Ekaraj Paudel, and all of you. Thank you for your kind attention.